Hi everyone and welcome back to another video of this course. In this video, we're gonna add borders and shadows to our style guide. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, we need to duplicate our artboard like this, and I'm gonna rename it to borders, and let's change this title to borders as well. Fantastic. I'm gonna remove all of them except the first one like this. Then let me zoom in, pretty good. And I'm gonna change this title to borders. Alright, and now let's detach these colors from their style one by one like this. And then I need to add a stroke because for borders we need to have stroke. So let's click on this plus icon like this, and then I'm gonna remove the fill, pretty good, and let me change the color code to BE52 and F2 like this. And the second one as well, let me remove the fill, add stroke, and I'm going to change the color code to DB, A5, and F5, okay? And the next one, we are going to do the same thing. So the color code is going to be EE, D, F, and 2. And we don't need the last one. Let's keep it simple. So these three are enough. Now it's time to create the border style, okay? So let's select the first one, and I'm going to click on these 4 dots, just like creating color styles. Here I'm going to write colors border 1. Let's copy this. The next one is going to be colors border 2, and the last one is going to be colors border 3 like this. Okay, and now let's create a new shape. Pretty good, and I'm gonna apply the border style to this. So I can add stroke, and from color styles I can choose the border color like this one, and let's remove the fill. Fantastic. I can easily change it to the second one and to the third one. Alright, now we need to add shadows to our style guide. So I think it's a good idea to add them here in this artboard. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this title to borders and shadows. And let's change the name of artboard as well, borders and shadows. Fantastic. And then we need to rename this group to borders, these groups as well. Okay, now let me duplicate it and let's write shadows. You're going to have 4 different kind of shadows. So I'm going to duplicate the last one like this. Fantastic. And let's select the first one. We need to detach them from their style. Pretty good. And let's select the first one. And here I'm gonna add effects. Pretty good. And instead of stroke, let's add a solid color to it, okay? So I'm gonna remove the stroke and use fill. Alright, now let's go to the advanced setting here. And I'm gonna change the blur amount to 10 and the X amount to 1 and the Y to 5. Okay, let's change the opacity to 20% as well. And after that, we can create an effect style. So just like color styles, we can click on this plus icon. And here, let's write shadows 1. And the second one as well. So let's add fill to it and also an effect. And then I'm going to modify the setting. Now let's set the blur amount to 20 and the X amount to 5 and the Y amount to 10 like this. And of course, let's decrease the opacity to 20. And once again, we need to create our effect style. So I'm going to write shadows 2. And the next one, the same process. I'm going to add effects to this. The blur amount is going to be 20. The X is going to be 2. And the Y is going to be 10. And now let's decrease the opacity to 10%. And I'm going to create a new effect style. So let's write shadows 3. And the last one, once again, add fill to this and also an effect. And I'm going to set the blur amount to 14, the X to 1, and the Y to 5. And now I'm going to set the opacity to 10%. Fantastic. Let's create our effect style, shadows 4. Pretty awesome. Then let's rename the groups to shadows for all groups. Remember that. to keep our layers as organized as possible. And now I'm going to show you how you can use this. Okay, let's go ahead and create a shape. For instance, a square. And then I'm going to change the color to something like this. And if I click on these 4 dots in the effects section, you can see that I have 4 different shadows. So I can click on one and there we go. I can easily change it to anything I want. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Alright guys, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you in the next video.